Is Donald Trump creating a new political party? Hey guys, this is Double D from the Entitled Millennials podcast, and this is my Thinking Out Loud series. Trump is now out of the White House, but it looks like he is far from gone in the public sphere. In his farewell address, Trump said, "We will be back in some form." As it began to look like Donald Trump would lose to Joe Biden in the election, he began suggesting the idea of either running for a third party or creating a new political party. This was a reoccurring theme in his speeches and on his tweets as he sort of fomented the whole "this election is rigged" fiasco. And he had said multiple times leading up to the events of 1/6 with the storming of the Capitol that he was seriously considering running for a third party, that the Democratic Party was corrupt, and that he may even create a new political party. In recent news, a new political action committee called the Patriot Party said recently that they had been working with the Trump campaign and doing joint coordinated fundraising efforts. Another group called the MAGA Patriot Party National Committee has made similar claims, but Donald Trump and his campaign have refuted these claims, saying that they are untrue. Trump spokesperson Jason Miller has said, "We are not supportive of this effort, have nothing to do with it, and only know about it through public reporting." While Trump may be gone for now, it looks like Donald Trump is going to be a recurring staple in public discourse for a long time. And I believe it's safe to say that while Trump may be out of the White House, while he definitely will not be getting as much media coverage, while it looks like his political career may very well be coming to an end, it looks like Trumpism is here to stay in the United States. The genie is out of the proverbial bottle. So Trumpism is really rooted in what's called the Southern strategy, which was employed during Nixon's run for the presidency. The Southern strategy, as it were, took a focus on social and cultural issues as a way to win votes, as a way to mobilize voters, rather than focusing on class issues, which had been the norm in American politics for probably 50 years prior up until that point. And the reason why Trumpism, the reason why this new Southern strategy is so popular, is so good at mobilizing voters, is because American politics in the last 40 years has, as I said, really shifted away from focusing on class issues. It has really shifted away from focusing on policy issues, and it has, focused in, it has laser focused in on cultural issues that are divisive. And the reason why this is because the ruling classes understand that if they can get people not to focus on class issues, not to focus on class consciousness, not look at each other as, all working class, they can, chop voters up into blocks that are divided, that are at each other's throats, which will prevent them from organizing in any real way to challenge the status quo, to challenge the interests of the ruling class in this country. And Trumpism really took that already deep-seated political strategy, that already well-oiled political machine that has been functioning in American politics for decades, and cranked it up about 110%. And actually, I have a definition here of Trumpism that I think is valuable to the conversation. Trumpism is defined as denotes a populist political method that suggests nationalistic answers to political, economic, and social problems. These inclinations are refracted into such policy preferences as immigration restrictions, trade protectionism, reluctance to enter into foreign entanglements, in opposition to entitlement reform. A Peter J. Katzenstein of the WZB Berlin Social Science Center says that Trumpism rests on three pillars: nationalism, religion, and race. Now, reading that definition to you guys, to me, it sounds eerily similar to Nazism. And now Trumpism or Nazism really is a double-edged sword. It takes the issues which cause civil unrest, unemployment, low-paying jobs, a feeling that we are over-involved in overseas conflicts, and it boils them down in such a way. It has a rhetoric behind it that convinces people that the reason why our nation has these issues, the reason why the working class is struggling isn't because we're spending all this money on war. It isn't because we're doing corporate subsidies. It isn't because we're taxing working class people into oblivion while giving that money to big corporations. It convinces people that the other groups are the issue, that Mexican workers are stealing jobs, that there is a breakdown of the nuclear family with transgenderism and LGBTQ, that the nation is losing its morality over issues like abortion or women's right to sexual liberation. It takes working class disenfranchisement, particularly among poor whites, where those people should be angry at the status quo. They should be angry at the career politicians and the giant corporations, and it redirects that fervor, that animosity towards groups that are already disenfranchised in this country. And as I said earlier, it prevents working class solidarity. It gives the idea that it's everybody else's fault, it's minority groups' fault, it's different religious groups' faults, it's foreign powers' fault that our country is failing, and not the fault of corrupt politicians in a rigged economic system. Now, as I said, this sort of political ideology is being weaponized, or was weaponized, by Trump in a way that's very similar to National Socialism or to Nazism. And obviously there's been a whole discussion about, is Donald Trump the new Adolf Hitler? There's been a lot of parallels perpetuated, not just in the mainstream media, but by other progressive YouTubers like myself. I myself have drawn correlations between Donald Trump and Adolf Hitler. But I think it's important to realize this, that Adolf Hitler did not found the Nazi Party. Okay, he did not found National Socialism. The ideas were already being perpetuated by dictators like Benito Mussolini, and the National Socialist Party was already a small, albeit very small, but still a staple in German politics during the period of the Weimar Republic. And the point I'm getting at with this is that while Donald Trump may not be Hitler, the reincarnation of Adolf Hitler, he has, as I said earlier, let the genie out of the bottle with Trumpism, with National Socialism in the United States. Donald Trump has shown that Trumpism, that National Socialism, although regular working people might be adverse to calling it Nazism or National Socialism, he has shown that that political ideology, that those political methods are more than viable in the current American political climate. And what this means is, as I have said before, if establishment Democrats, if the current political establishment does not get its shit together and make some serious reforms to our system to alleviate income inequality, to give some form of financial security to the average Joe in the United States, we very well may see another Trump. And just like National Socialism already existed before the rise of Adolf Hitler, what we are seeing now with the Trump campaign and all the events that have happened, like the calling into question of legitimate elections, what we are seeing is the political basis upon which someone like Adolf Hitler may rise. And well, guys, you know my opinion on this. Very skeptical that establishment Democrats, that the Biden campaign will do anything, realistic to reform our system, to curtail the excess of capitalism, to be rid of austerity and Wall Street hegemony in this country. And with that reality, with that skepticism that anything will be done to actually bring about real reform, I'm convinced, as I said, that with this foundation of Trumpism already founded in America, with millions of Americans leaning towards right-wing nationalism, that we have created the stew, the swamp upon which a new organism of political fascism will rise in this country. And as I said, if we don't do something to realistically change the financial and economic system of Americans in this country, the trend towards right-wing nationalism is only going to get worse. We might have a small intermediate period, a reprieve period with the mild reforms of Joe Biden, but Trumpism neo-Nazism in this country is here to stay unless something is done about it. But anyway, guys, that's all I have for you on this video. I wanted to keep it short and just give you my thoughts on this idea that Trump is forming a new Patriot Party. While it looks like he is not directly involved in forming this new, Patriot Party, this MAGA party, his political career has definitely opened the door for something like that to appear. And I believe it's going to be something of a new radical political ideology that's going to make the Tea Partiers look like, common sense folks. So I don't know, guys. You'll have to let me know what you think about this whole thing. Do you think Trump will run again? Do you think he'll run third party? Will he, be convicted with impeachment? What is the political climate looking like to you guys on your end? Where do you see the United States going? Do you think Trumpism is here to stay? I don't know, guys. Drop a comment. Let me know what you think. And as always, guys, I love you very much, and I'll see you again soon. Bye. And I know